Hi, welcome to Toolin Around. In this episode, I will attempt to explain why I ride such a difficult bike.
Construction is back, and I'm proud to give a lift to the hard-working men and women building our communities. I'm Doc Bailey of Doc Bailey Cranes and Equipment, a 25-year industry veteran providing cranes and bucket trucks. We are always reliable, always confident, and if there's a problem, we'll never leave you hanging. We service everything we rent and provide some of the best operators. So call Doc Bailey, 888-DOC-BAILEY or 888-DOCBAILEY.com.
Okay, some people have been looking at what I'm shooting or my camera tests or me kick-starting or whatever and saying, why don't I just get a little cushy ride, you know, some kind of touring bike with saddlebags and, you know, big shocks and wind screens and all that. And my answer is, I did that for 3 years on a Victory cross country. It was a 2012. Loved the bike, don't get me wrong. But what happened was, in the midst of enjoying that bike and having a television show and developing a YouTube channel and doing stand-up comedy on a regular basis, you know, life was good. But then I was diagnosed with cancer. So there I am, laying in bed and broke, because believe me, cancer is an expensive hobby. Then my good friend who owns one of the Harley-Davidson dealerships here calls me up and says, would I be interested in being the spokesperson for Harley-Davidson statewide, which would give me a company bike to use, some money every month, and I'd travel the state promoting Harley-Davidson. What are you kidding? I'm in. One small problem. Andy, you're going to have to sell that Victory cross country that you ride, because you can't be a Harley spokesman and ride a Victory. This is, of course, before Victory decided they're not going to make bikes anymore. Okay, fine. I sell the bike at a quick sale price, and even though I know Harley-Davidson fully intends to have a long and fruitful relationship, it happened. So I'm going to take the quick sale money I made and build a little backup motorcycle, right? A chopper, a club bike, kick only, you know, jockey shift, all this stuff. So I contact my friend Deacon, who has a 1948 side valve project he's working on. So we cut a deal, handshake. Yeah, he's going to build that bike for me. Yes. Well, right around then, a sewage pipe breaks in his shop. And talk about shit happens, literally. His whole shop. A lot of damage. So, here's the landlord and he deciding they're going to put some attorney's kid through private school, and they're going back and forth on who's responsible for the damage. Well, right there, Harley-Davidson calls me up and says, guess what? We meant to have a nice long relationship, but marketing changed nationally. It affects us here in Hawaii, and we won't be renewing your contract. So, the backup bike, not gonna happen. The company bike I'm using, gonna be going away in a couple months, and I don't have a car. Uh-oh, right? So, I'm thinking, what can I do with the limited funds that I have? And I remember that the bike I sold my brother 11 years ago, this one, a bike I built 15 years ago. You know, I mean, I've modified some bikes, you know, painted, changed front ends, changed tires, that kind of stuff. But this is the first and only bike I've ever bought a frame and bolted stuff to. So I'm kind of sentimentally attached to it. I give my brother a call. Hey man, you doing anything with that bike? No. Send it back to me. I need a bike. Fine. All friendly. It's my brother, for God's sake. So it comes home. Now I spend a month or so piecing it together and sorting it out and making it a daily rider. And what I really like about it is that it's work. Because after the cancer, I got very weak. I lost 50 pounds. You know, I needed to work out. So this bike with the kickstart, and it's work to ride, and it's better than going to the gym. When I changed the main transmission seal in this thing, I counted getting up and down off the floor 100 times. So it's working, and I can feel myself getting stronger. I can, you know. And lastly, it represents what you can manifest mentally. No, I'm serious. I said, I need a bike, and I was at a loss, and I'm sitting there. I didn't know where I was going to go, and then I went, you know what? And it worked out, and here it is. And it's coming together, and I'm getting way better at starting it. So I hope that answers the question for those of you who have been asking, and thanks for watching.